Okay, everybody. So look on the screen. We have a certified Dusty. This is very serious and a correction. So the name of the shop is Yum Yum, the donut shop. He clearly did this. There are other people in the shop. Hello, people. Another person, another person, another person. And he walks up to the family. Clearly, there's a mother right there and her two boys. So you can see there are people actually behind him. He didn't care about that. What does that tell you? To me, that makes it more dangerous because it lets you know, even with other people around, other adult people, it lets you know he was obviously bent on doing this. Zoomed in on this child and just had to do this. Not only had the disgusting urge, but he executed, knowing there's other people around. What's my point? He zoomed in, no self-control. He's sick. And he still did it. So if he does that in a public place with people around, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 adults. If he does that and beehives over there to pinch that child on the rear end in the daytime in public, folks around, don't forget a mother is right there. What do you think he'll do in the men's restroom? What do you think he'll do at a park? Oh my gosh, I couldn't be a parent. With all those people around, he still decided to do this disgusting act. Let's know it's not the first time. There are people, dust buckets. He's sick. And he still did it. The mom right there pinched the child on the rear end. And he's free. Papa do it again. This man, for all we know, could have committed a more serious crime. Honestly and truly. Could have committed a more serious crime. And luckily, this man sitting here saw it and approached it. How many people would have saw it and said nothing, just went on? So imagine a teenager going to the bathroom. What could happen? These are the times that we're living in. Dusty's bring drama, heartache, and trauma. The financial implications, he needs to be locked up. It really does. It's too much dust in the nation. I hope the Good Samaritan sees this and comes forward because they said he actually saw it. He was that bold and that brazen to commit this kind of act. Going to the movies. If I were a parent, some of these things, a sleepover. Oh, well, he appears to be a decent human being, and my kid spent the night. You think, oh, no, we would have to do an interview. Better yet, no, we can have it at our place. Or we're going to have to do, That's how things happen to children. And in most cases, some people just look away. That's how things happen to children. That could just freak a child out. I mean, my goodness, make them a little paranoid, a little scared. And then, of course, when something worse could happen. And I wouldn't be surprised by his head, this dust bucket, if he has done something worse, because he's so brazen to do this in the daytime with people around. And it is Los Angeles. I mean, really? Purge number 2. We already see the purge in Chicago that's coming in 2023. That'll be a different video. Unbelievable. I can't. These Democrats, what are you trying to do? And I used to vote for them. Not anymore. What are you trying to do to us? We need prison reform. Yeah, we do. Them building more prisons. I'm like, wow, they should be building more schools and more prisons. No, sometimes you can dictate the behavior in society. can dictate it, and you need to move in like this direction. So now I understand more prisons. This is ridiculous. They should put him on blast. He probably has a business somewhere. He could. And kids going into the store, whatever his business is, you just never know. And people know, in most cases, they're not going to believe a child. And in particular, I hate to say it, a minority child. Oh, no. We even have in families, and I've seen this across the board, different nationalities. You'd be surprised. Children all the time tell their parents that, hey, your boyfriend or mom's dad or something, you'd be surprised. Stepdad, uncle, even grandfather. Oh, yes, Senior Becky. Her husband had a nice job, okay? Very nice job. They've done quite well for themselves. And as their daughter grew up, got married, had a daughter, she was very cautious, and this is their daughter, okay? So Mama Becky and Daddy Dusty Dan, they have a daughter. The daughter grew up, had a daughter, and she was very cautious of her daughter being around her own father. Well, as luck would have it, guess what went down? And they were still operating, having family dinners and Thanksgiving, and everything was like okay, and it was not, because then I think this child may have been like maybe 7 or so, and she told her mother that grandpa had touched her inappropriately. And then the mom jumped on it. She jumped on it, and that's when it all came out. Everything is not as it seems. It all came out, and she believed her daughter. Thank goodness she didn't go, oh, you're lying, Becky. No. She believed her daughter. Why? Because it happened to her. And she told her mother, and her mother didn't believe it or shrugged it off and just stayed. So when that happened with the granddaughter saying, hey, he touched me here, thank goodness her mom jumped on it. And then it all came out. So the next time they had that family visit, that's when it all came out. And the grandmother stayed with her man, stood beside him, and she pretty much told her daughter that she was worried about how she would be able to survive. She didn't want, ruin everything. So in other words, daughter, you're just going to stay here and deal with your father touching you so I can go ahead and keep my nice house. Okay? We've got a nice house, nice retirement. Crazy. And at that point, they had it where pretty much the daughter's like, this is it. We're done. You're not welcome here in this home. This will be your last visit. So that happens in families, let alone a stranger. The children aren't safe. I mean, this brazen, other people around, and a mother right there, and he still did it. Oh, he needs to catch those hands. Can they put him in population, please? So maybe it can happen to him. See if he likes that kind of treatment. Sicko. Anyway, people, let me know what you think. These are the times that we're in. That's the part that's, let alone the app, but in a public place. All these folk around. And don't forget, let's not forget, with all those folk around, you even have the mother right here. And he still pulled that stunt. He still pulled that stunt. What does that tell you? A lot of sick, blankety blanks among us. So I hope this man's come forward as a witness. I hope so. This cannot just be a slap on the wrist, because other children, I wouldn't be surprised if this man's own children could be abused. This guy needs to be dealt with. He needs to be locked up like the animal that he is. Anyway, thanks for watching here. Simply Said on YouTube. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Please be alert. Be aware. It is too much dust out there, and I'm